All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. We'll give double honors to my apostles at Great Millstone who taught me this truth. And a sincere shalom to the elect out there teaching this truth in all honesty and sincerity in these last days. Okay, and this is a exhortation to brothers, something I had on my mind. Uh, because we really need to read sometimes where the spirit is headed. And it seems like the past few weeks, the apostles they've been pushing that vibration out there with the order that if vocab or anybody comes up to the camp on some shit, people want to cause problems or come up to the camp to disagree, especially vocab, that we're not to deal with them, man, and we're supposed to we are to contact the proper authorities, man. You know, and one of the things that made me think about was Apostle Tahar and Gabar made, and as well as other brothers and apostles and elders, were making videos recently on, pretty much that clubbing and partying and uh, uh, keeping your circle thin spirit, man. Because we're in the time when we need to start keeping our circle really thin, man. All right? And we need to stop putting ourselves out there, man. The order was given years back, and it's a shame that the apostles got to keep mentioning this. That the brothers really shouldn't be putting themselves out there on social media, man. Okay, we're at war, man. We're at war, man. And it ain't just Esau, Edom that's watching us. Okay, these scoffers are, man, and they could be anybody. They might not even have. They might be watching your videos for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and never left a comment, man, waiting for the right time to strike. These people out here are fucking crazy, man. But it really boils down to brothers not knowing what the fuck they're involved in, man. You are at war 24/7. Okay? You're at war 24/7, man. And I waited till Thanksgiving. I mean, this is a good day to bring this out. Thanksgiving, right? Here in Babylon. Okay? That's a day where you should be separate from these fucking people. And now we need to work on being like that 365 days a year. This is 2 Corinthians 6 and 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion hath light with darkness? So if your circle's all big and you're going out and shit and putting yourself out there, okay? Got yourself all over social media with your personal information, okay? Just broadcasting yourself, taking all kinds of fucking selfies and shit. You got no business doing that shit, man. You need to start understanding what you're involved in, okay? That's jigaboo shit of the world, man. That needs to fucking stop. We're supposed to be royalty, man. And what concord hath Yahushua with Belial? And these people are coming in that spirit of Belial, man, or Baal. Okay? They're coming in that spirit of Baal, man. You know? Or what part hath he that believeth with an infidel. You just, you brothers should read up on what happened with the city of Troy, the famous story of the Trojan horse. Okay, y'all are being a bunch of Trojan horses, man. Okay, a fucking lion don't hang out with zebras. And what agreement had the temple of Yahweh with idols? Now, we need to be more like Stoics in these last days. Okay, because there's more spirits out there than there's ever been. And what agreement had the temple of Yahweh with idols? And when you're out there partying in that Bacchus spirit, okay, you're basically in agreement with idols. For ye are the temple of the living power, as Yahweh has said. I will dwell in them. Right, right. Bacchus was the god of wine and pleasure. The Apostle Hart brought that out. I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. Right, not all the infidels, man, and the unbelievers. Okay, let them be them. One of the best things you could do in this truth is learn the word no. Okay, fuck all these fucking people, man. And then you get all stressed out and vexed over these people. Just cut them out your fucking life, man. It ain't hard. Okay, like Apostle Gabar likes to put out there, we need to have the mindset, a minimalist mindset, man. Okay, these scriptures are a guide of how you should live. Some guys just can't say no to that Egyptian spirit, man. You know, I mean, we're supposed to be bored. Really, we're supposed to be bored. Okay, if you're that bored, man, go study some history or something, man. Wherefore come out from among them and be ye separate. Okay, be ye separate, man. Don't don't fellowship with them and don't be like them. Scriptures talk about not being a partaker with their deeds. When you're out there in that clubbing and partying spirit, you're a partaker of their deeds. Always caring how you look, looking fly all the time and shit, even though you live in paycheck to paycheck. You guys, a lot of you guys got the mindset that you were already a fucking king. You ain't there yet, man. And I will receive you. Oh, Salakia, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. And will be a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters, saith the Lord Almighty. Okay? The scriptures talk about our people being like a strange vine, man. Okay? Let that corrupt vine be that corrupt vine. And let that follow let that uh let that bring some discipline onto you, man. When you cutting people off and shit, and you're cutting off those old activities, you know, that teaches you some discipline. That's what you know, I know that, you know, is really all that alpha male and beta male and sigma male. It's all, you know, the world is shit, but there's some truth to that. An alpha male doesn't get caught up caught up in other people's bullshit, man. And they don't let other people interfere with what they need to do. Okay? All right? Because man, that Bacchus spirit, man, you know, that's dangerous. All right? That's dangerous, man. This is First Peter 1 and or 4 and 1. For as much then as Yahushua hath suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that hath suffered in the flesh hath ceased from sin. Okay? And that's part of the suffering. And then you'll partake in those activities, and you'll wonder why you're behind when it comes to the knowledge, or when it comes to knowing other things, man. Okay? You can't be all caught up with that shit and be all deep, man. It don't work like that. It don't work like that, man. And you wonder why you have so many weak points. I mean, we all got them. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be all high and mighty and boast and shit. But I see a lot of guys, man. They just repeat what they hear the elders and apostles say. That's really what they do, and that comes from a lack of being studious, and not just from the lack of being studious in the scriptures, but the things that also pertain to the scriptures, like your history, and you know, and understanding these devils and how they work, and and Satan's devices, man. You got a lot of brothers that are ignorant of Satan's devices. Maybe not totally ignorant, okay, but at least to some extent, that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lusts of men, but to the will of the Most High. And that's to and when you're in that partying spirit and putting yourself out there on social media for clout, putting your personal shit out there, that's living that's living your time. That's giving your time to the flesh to the lusts of men. And those men will be the ones that will make your life a living hell, man. The scriptures talk about people delivering us up. It's the people in your life that will be delivering yourself up, man. That will be delivering you up, man. 'Cause you're putting yourself out there too much. And you wonder why your life is so full of fucking drama and shit, man. Because you put yourself out there. You can't be putting yourself out there like that, man. And take that from somebody who I'm like a super nerd, man. I've been pretty much a hacker for like 25, 30 years. All right. And if I don't have a social media presence, then what the hell is some of y'all doing? Okay. And what made me say that and think about that is because There was an example recently, uh, and I'm not going to mention his name, of somebody who's, they have like a health and fitness YouTube channel, and I watched their videos, and this guy was all over social media a few years ago, going back and forth with people and saying things that he shouldn't be saying, putting himself out there too much, his personal life. And just recently, he's been having stalkers come to his house. His address has been put out there. People been ordering shit to his house, weird shit, food and fucking sex toys and shit. People been stalking him on his live streams. Now the guy's pretty much scared to death. But it's really his fault because he put himself out there because he wants to be seen in the eyes of men as being cool, man. Trying to attract these women and these simps. Okay? And you may think that that shit is harmless, but it's not because you don't know who the hell's watching. Okay? If King David were here today, do you think he would be posting fucking selfies on Instagram and shit and whatever platforms? I don't know what platforms. You know, the only thing I really got these days is a damn Twitter account, and that's a burner account for crypto and stuff, man. I don't even got anything on there. I don't even got my real name tied to the account, man. I made up a fake name, fake address, fake phone number. It's all fake. Okay? Everybody don't need to be knowing what the fuck you're doing. And then when if they do, you really ain't got no excuse to be mad because if anything, you should be learning your lesson. I mean, we're supposed to be calling the police on guys like Vocab and all them other scoffers, right? If they come up to our camps and that. What do you think they're doing, man? They're data harvesting your ass. The enemy is seeking out information on you. It says that in Psalm 64. They're sent to spy out your liberty, and they ain't really even got a spy because y'all just putting it out there. If we were in ancient times, that's the equivalent of being at war with a nation and just leaving the damn gates open for everybody to come through. Don't even gotta climb the walls or break them down with an onager or a fucking wrist or whatever they do. Or siege. They ain't even got to build the damn siege tower. You ain't got to build a siege tower or any siege devices if the gates are open, right? If you don't understand the language I'm talking, then you haven't been reading your history. Because those were all ancient tactics, man. Okay, and these devils they know, and they don't want you to know that, but they use those same tactics against you. And another thing, what business do you have condemning all these people when you're all fucking amongst them and shit, doing their activities? Let me read this again. I went on too much of a rant. First Peter 4:2, that he no longer should live the rest of his life in the time of in the flesh to the lusts of men, but to the will of the Most High. For the time past of our now don't get me wrong, you do have your occasions where you relax and things like that and unwind, okay? But the way that you unwind should be completely different than the way that you unwind when you were back in the world. Well, I wouldn't say completely different, but you know what I'm saying. Because when I seen that video of that dude stalking the guy at his own house during a live stream, a YouTube live stream, I was like, holy shit, man. The guy had to call the police on him. I was like, man, that could happen to brothers in the truth because they're putting themselves out there like that. Posted shit on social media with their location caption. Okay. Giving them your life story. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles. And that's the will of the Gentiles. Okay. Just foolishness and folly. Okay. Everything that they do is in vain. When we walked in lasciviousness, lusts, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries. And if you're in that Bacchus spirit, you're going out to clubs and parties and bars and shit. Okay? You're guilty of all that. Those are areas you go to a club, man, and every one of those things that's listed is happening at that club every fucking time you go there. You go to a party with Jake, and it's the same thing. All that shit is going on there. Not just one or two, but all of it. Wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you. Okay? That's how those people think of brothers that have successfully separated themselves from that bullshit. That's what they think of you, man. Just like you're out there condemning them in your videos, they're condemning you in their own way. Laughing at you, acting like you're crazy. Okay? Hey man, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm the ultimate example, okay? But every person that I grew up with, or everybody that I was close to when I came to this truth, I cut every single one of them off, man. All my so-called best friends, fuck them, fuck them. And if I see them out in public, we talk conspiracy theories for like a minute or two, and then I go about on my way. Don't text them motherfuckers, man, or call them, or go drinking with them or whatever. Fuck them. Verse 5, who shall give account to him that is ready to judge the quick and the dead? For this cause was the gospel preached also to them that are dead, that they might be judged according to men in the flesh, but live according to Yahweh in the spirit. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. And that doesn't mean that we can't, sip once in a while. But if you're, it's all about how you place the context, man. Okay. Guys just don't understand what they're doing, man, or what they're involved in. You know, scriptures talk about not tempting the Lord. The sifting season is here, man. Let me get this in. Psalms. Because a lot of brothers think that they just have this unlimited covering just because they have the fear of the Lord. And it's not necessarily true all the time, man. There were plenty of guys who thought that they had the fear of the Lord, and and the Lord gave them up to seducing spirits, or put them in a situation that changed their life for the worse. Okay? You got to think about the consequences of your actions. And Satan and the Lord will use Satan to attack your weaknesses, man, not your strengths. Psalm 34:7, the angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. So a brother will read that scripture and be thinking all fucking one dimensional, okay, and thinking that as long as they're doing the work and they fear the Lord and they know they're Israelite and calling on the name, that they could pretty much do whatever the fuck they want as long as they're not breaking the law. That's not it's so much more than that, man. Okay? This is about becoming a new creature. A new creature doesn't do the same things that the old creature did. Because it's not the old creature no more. Let me get this in Galatians and then we'll wrap it up, man. Let me see if this is Galatians 5 and 11. And then we're going to go back to 1 Peter 4. And I, brethren, if I yet preach circumcision, why do I yet suffer persecution? Then is the offense of the cross ceased? I would they were even cut off, which trouble you. Okay, so why are you suffering persecution then if you're doing the right thing? Well, because we're amongst the enemy. Okay? Were the Israelites hanging out with the Egyptians once they got set free? Because that's what these people are, man. They're all Egyptians. And they're simps, man. You know? Intelligent people don't like simple ass people, man. Okay? They have like rich people in that they have a us and them mentality. We need to have that. But obviously on the right hand side, you need to start looking at these average people as being below you. Those are that party spirit. Those are the things that the commoners do. That's what they'll say. The commoners, the peons, the activities of and the lifestyle of the peons, man. Okay. Yeah, man. When I seen that video of that stalker showing up on that dude's live stream, man, sending packages to his house and shit, I was like, man, I could totally see brothers getting themselves in a similar situation or even worse because they're putting themselves the fuck out there too much, man. Uh, this is verse 13, and this is the point. Galatians 5 and 13. For, brethren, ye have been called unto liberty, only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another. Okay? Because really, when you use liberty for an occasion to the flesh, a lot of times you're putting yourself in harm's way. Or the brotherhood. Or the brotherhood you could be putting in a harm's way, man. And then the scripture says, but by love serve one another. Meaning what? Doing the right thing and setting a fucking good example. Like, for instance, if a brother don't want to go out and drink, or if a brother, well, we really shouldn't be going out no more. But if a brother don't want to drink or something, or eat a certain food, or do a certain activity, you shouldn't be encouraging him to do that. Okay? For all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this: thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Okay? Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. So set the example. Our apostles set the example. You think any of the well-respected elders and apostles, you think that they're uh tearing the club up on the weekends? You think they got a bunch of social media accounts? You know, you think they're on TikTok doing stupid dances and stupid shit, posting their opinions about dumb shit? That's not what we were sent here to do. Okay, but with that, I believe I've well, hey man, well, hey, let me jump down to 16. This I say, then walk in the spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. Okay? Think about that. Think about that. When you start doing that, man, you'll have more sense of order. But with that, I believe I proved the point. I went a little uh, gung ho on this, but and I might have went overboard with some of the things that I said. Okay, but those are the type of things that could get a brother in a very bad position, man. A very bad position, man. You had a fucking party with a bunch of fucking raisin-headed Negroes, and anyone could pull out a gun. Anyone. And you get caught in a situation. Even if you don't get shot, you're still caught in a bad situation. Okay? And there is no such thing as wrong place at the wrong time, okay? The only time it's a wrong place at the wrong time is if you're out there standing on the street preaching the word and something happens in that vicinity. That's the only time it's a wrong place, wrong time, man. Okay? We came into this truth to be different from them fucking raisin headed fucking jigaboos, man. People like that should make you fucking sick to even fucking commune with them or to even communicate with them. Like their conversation should fucking vex you. And then again, I know I went overboard a little bit, but I'm really not because a bad situation can happen when that Bacchus spirit, man. That Bacchus spirit, people go to jail over that Bacchus spirit. They get shot over that Bacchus spirit. They get in a situation, right? They have a damn near death fucking experience. They get their business put out there in the public view, public humiliation. So I guess no, I'm not going overboard, man. Okay? But with that, till next time, shalom. Lord willing, y'all were edified, man, and you fucking learned something. You know? Shalom.